Welcome to my YouTube channel scientific_math. In this lecture we discuss Newton's method for solving a system of nonlinear equations. The method is first derived in detail for the solution of a system of two nonlinear equations of the form. Here we have first equation f1 of xy is equal to 0 and f2 of xy is equal to 0. First we convert the nonlinear equation into linear equation by using Taylor expansion, and then we get a linear equation. Then we these write the linear equation in the form of matrix, and we calculate the value of these two unknowns del x and del y by using the grammar rule, and then we apply Newton's method. So this is the brief introduction to Newton's method for solving a system of nonlinear equation, and let's start our today's lecture. Newton's method for solving a system of nonlinear equation. Solving a system of two nonlinear equations. A system has of two equations with two unknowns x and y can be written as first we have, this is our first nonlinear equation, f1 of xy is equal to 0 and f2 of xy is equal to 0. The solution process starts by choosing an estimated solution x1 and y1. If x2 and y2 are the true unknown solutions of the system and are sufficiently close to x1 and y1, then the value of f1 and f2 at x2 and y2 can be expressed using a Taylor series expansion of the functions f1 of xy and f2 of xy about x1 and x2. So we expand Taylor series of functions f1 and f2 about the known points that are x1 and y1. So first we expand the Taylor series of f1 about x1 and y1 with two variables. So this is the Taylor expansion for two variables. Here we have f1 of x2 y2 is equal to f1 of x1 y1 plus x2 minus y1, and the partial derivative of f1 with respect to x plus y2 minus y1, and partial derivative of f1 plus f1 with respect to y, and plus so on. Similarly, the Taylor expansion of function f2 with respect of a function f2 about x1 and y1, and this is also, we have a function of two variables, so we expand similarly as we done for f1. So del x is equal to y x2 minus y x1, and del y is equal to y2 minus y1. After substituting these values, f1 of xy is equal to 0 in this equation and this equation, and then we take this term and this term to the left side of the equation. So after substituting we get these two equations, and these two equations are linear equations, this one and this one. These equations are a system of two linear equations where del x and del y are unknowns. Since all the terms are known except the unknown del x and del y, this system can be solved by using the Cramer rule. So we can solve this system by using the Cramer rule, because we know that we can solve the linear system of equations by using Cramer rule. So del x is equal to this one and del y is equal to this one, and solve after some simplification we get del x and del y, this is equal this one, where this is equal to these are the determinant of the Jacobian matrix, that is J is a function of f1 and f2. J of f1 and f2 is the Jacobian matrix once the del x and del y are known and the values of the x2 and y2 are calculated by using this formula, and this is the Newton formula. We know that obviously the value of x2 and y2 that are obtained are not the true solution, since the higher order terms in the equations are neglected. Yes, when we do Taylor expansion of function f1 and f2, we neglect the higher order terms and that are comes after these terms. Nevertheless, these values are expected to be closer to the true solutions than x1, y1. So what we do iterations again and again to get our required result, as we have done already in Newton's method when we solved for one nonlinear equation. When are the iterations are stopped? When we do calculations or do iterations, we have to stop our iteration process after some required result. So we use some process, some criteria, that is when the iterations are stopped, we use relative error, and that is equal to new estimated solution minus previous solution and divided by this one less than or equal to given tolerance. So when we obtained this situation, then the iterations will stop. So here we have the main key points what we do in Newton's method for finding a solution of nonlinear equations. First we convert the nonlinear equation into linear equation by using the Taylor expansion. We expand the Taylor series of given functions, then nonlinear functions we convert them into linear, and when we obtain the linear equations, we find the values of the unknowns by using the Cramer rule, and then we apply Newton's method. So similarly on these steps we try to solve example using Newton's method for system of nonlinear equation. Solution of a system of nonlinear equation using the Newton's method example. This is the first nonlinear equation and this is second nonlinear equation. So first we have first step, and that is we find the value of all these steps, and in second step we calculate the value of unknowns del x and del y, then we apply Newton's formula. First we calculate the derivatives of functions with respect to x and with respect to y, and this is the derivative of f1 with respect to x and y, partial derivative of f2 with respect to x and with respect to y. After substituting all these values in this matrix, we get this one, and similarly for b we substitute the value of the function in matrix, and after that we start iteration process. This is our first iteration and this is our initial guess x1 and y1. So we calculate the value of partial derivatives at x1 and y1, that is we have partial derivative of f1 with respect to x, we get this one, and the with respect to y at x1 and y1, that is equal to 1. Similarly, calculate the values of the partial derivative of f2 at x1 and y1, and that is 45 and 100. We substitute the values of the partial derivatives in matrix, and the value of the function in a matrix we get matrix A and matrix B. Then we use Cramer rule to find the value of the unknowns del x and del y. After substituting all these values in matrix, and after simplification we get del x is equal to this one and del y is equal to this one. So what is the next step we have? We apply Newton's method. After calculating the values of the step 2, we calculate the values of the unknown by using the Cramer rule, and the next step third we have applying the Newton's method. So we apply the Newton's method for finding the next estimated solution or the new estimated solution. For I is equal to 1, x of 2 is equal to x1 plus del x, and y2 is equal to y1 plus del y. So we have already calculated the value of the unknowns, and we know the value of this is our initial value and this is our also initial value 2.5 and 2.0 plus del x and del y, that is equal to this one. So this is our new estimated solution and for x2 and for y2. And next step we check the relative error in our solution, new estimated solution minus previous solution divided by x1, that is equal to 2.555, which is very greater than allowable error that we use 0.0001. so relative error for x and relative error for y. Similarly, we calculate next iteration until we get our required result. And if we want to take a look for Newton's method for this one, and that is our Newton method, we can check, we can see that if we substitute the value of del x and del y over here, okay, and by taking the minus common, when we take minus common here, plus will be minus and plus will be minus. So this is the Newton's method for finding a numerical solution of non-linear equation, system of non-linear equation. And next iterations we can see, this is the graph of the functions that we have given to non-linear equation, okay, f1 and f2. And this is the error and error decay after each iteration. This is a y-axis and this is x-axis. We take error on y-axis and number of iteration on x-axis. After some iteration, after 3 or 4 iteration, error is completely zero. We can see that. Okay, this is our solution, estimated solution x and y. This is x1 and y1, this is x2, this is y2, x3, y3, and x4, y4. Also we can check the error for x and y. After some after each iteration, the error is decay, error is decreasing. Okay, we can see in x and y, and the value of the function is also at a third iteration, and the fourth iteration is completely zero. So this is the method. And thank you so much for watching my video. In next lecture we will learn how to write a MATLAB code for a Newton's method for solving a system of nonlinear equation. And please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching my video.